on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I know a lot of you have been wondering why the car hasn't been fixed, and it's been down since May? I think May. I'd have to go back look for sure. Long story short, we've just been waiting on the transmission. So yeah, we've been just waiting for the transmission. It's really the only reason it's been jack stands all summer. I was going to put a built transmission in it and decided I'm going to put a stock one in it and just get it rebuilt so I can get it back in the car quickly. Because at this point I only owned the car about 3 weeks and it was right at the beginning of summer. So I asked a bunch of people who the best person to take it to was, and I had probably half a dozen people tell me this particular guy. And so I gave him a call and he said, yep, I can get at it. You could have it done in a week and a half. Great, that's what I like to hear. So I went and dropped transmission off right away, and he said, yep, we'll have it torn apart by Friday. I think this was on a Wednesday, and get parts ordered, and should have her back together by mid to end of next week. So about a week and a half is what I was originally told. I'm like, great. So I texted him back and forth. Yep, gonna get at it tonight. Yep, gonna get it. And I kept getting an answer, and I'm like, well, at this point it was like almost 2 weeks and he still hasn't taken it apart. I'm like, man, you said you were gonna have it done by this point. I didn't say that, but what I was thinking. So I was getting a little frustrated because it's like, I was like, okay, you said you were gonna have it done already, but whatever. So he's keeping good communication at least. And I'm like, that's fine. We'll just, as soon as he can, it is what it is. 2 weeks go by, maybe 2.5 weeks, and all of a sudden I just get ghosted. It doesn't respond to my texts, so I tried to call him at one point, or I think twice I tried to call him, there was no answer. And I know he was sending me straight to voicemail, because it would ring a little bit and then boom, straight to voicemail. Sometimes it would ring a little bit more. I was like, man, I know he's sending me straight to voicemail. I was irritated. So this went on for, I think I was getting ghosted for about 2 to 3 weeks-ish, 2.5 weeks, somewhere in there. And I couldn't get a hold of him. So and this guy, not gonna lie, was a little sketchy. He was a backyard type guy, but I heard from multiple people who had transmissions rebuilt, this was the guy to go to. He really knows his stuff, and he's quick. Was not the experience for me. So, long story short, I was talking to my mom, trying to figure out what the heck we're gonna do, because I, at this point, thought the guy might have stole my transmission or something, because I didn't know. He just, like I said, he seemed a little bit sketchy. And I'm not going to throw no names out there either. I'm not. So we went over there. So my mom and whatever went over there to get my transmission back. Well, of course he wasn't there. And this is the middle of the day on, I think, a Friday, maybe a Saturday. I don't remember exactly. But some lady answered the door and said he's not here. And we said, well, we can't get a hold of him for like 3 weeks, whatever. I just want to get my transmission back. She's like, and she asked if it's in the garage or whatever. I'm like, yep, it's in the garage. So she's like, well, you just go in and grab it. I'm like, okay, great. So we went in there, grabbed it, loaded it up in the truck, brought it back up. I called local Ford dealership. So I'm already like, okay, so back up. I'm already about a little over a month into this, and the transmission has not even been touched. So I'm irritated at this point, because I could have had it back in the car, could have had a built one ordered and had it here already at this point. Like, I was irritated because I just wanted it back together. So I could drive the car, because this, like I said, I've only owned the car 3 weeks at this point, and it was right at the beginning of summer. And I don't even think I put 500 miles in the car. I literally drove it a few times, changed oil in it, and it broke. And for those of you that don't know, it broke because the car makes 650 horse on a stock trans, and it has an RXT transmission, it has an RXT clutch in it, which is a very aggressive clutch. Actually, are known to break the MT82s in a stock motor, and I'm pushing 650 horse to the tire, and I drove it like I stole it. I mean, I didn't money shift or nothing. I drove it like I stole it, and I went to race my buddy in his 2020 Supra. He wanted to start at a lower speed. I'm like, that's fine. The car hook's fairly decent with these tires, surprisingly. And so we started out in second. I went from second to third, and when I did that, it kind of made a bang, and it was just a neutral, which is weird because there's no grinding noises. Because I'll insert some photos of what the transmission looked like. Would have never known that. No grinding, no clunking. It did a little clunk when we started driving to drive because it still had all the other gears. But it was just weird because it was a bang. It wasn't like grinding or like shearing gears. It was weird. Did not expect that when we tore the transmission apart. I should say when the Ford dealer tore it apart. So we took it to the Ford dealership, and they said they'd have it done in a few weeks. When they get parts, they said they're going to order parts. He said once they order parts, they'll have it done like in a week. So they ordered all the parts. Didn't have it apart at this point because it's fairly common, they said. So they just ordered a third gear and some other stuff to rebuild the transmission. Well, of course, third gear is back ordered. Everything else was there. The third gear is back ordered. And it's not the dealership's fault, but it kept getting pushed back and getting pushed back and getting pushed back. But it was always like a short period of time. So like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it'll be done. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to order a built trans because mine's almost done. Time would come and then it get pushed back again. And it was not their fault. It's just because the part was back ordered and the date kept changing. They think, oh, the date says it'll be here. It'll ship out on this date. Perfect. So, yeah, long story short, fast forward up to probably about 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be done. They got all the parts in. They tore it all down, put it back together, and the input shaft had some play in it. And they're like, nope, that ain't gonna work. So they ordered a few more parts. And of course, I don't know what else they ordered. They ordered a few different things. And one of the things, of course, is on back order. So here we are waiting again. And now we don't really have an ETA. And they might have gave me one, I don't remember. At this point, it's just so late in the year, I don't even care. I'm just gonna wing it until the car's done. I mean, I'm not in a hurry because at this point the car's gonna get put back together. We'll make some videos on it. And it'll sit in the garage until summer because I'm not going to drive this car in the winter. You'd just be dumb. So, yeah, and throughout the summer, I kind of put the car on the back burner a little bit. And obviously did a few things to the pickup. And now we bought this to play with for the winter, along with the golf cart. And, yeah, I mean, it's just the car's just kind of stuck on jack stands. And it sucks because it's in the way. So I can't finish my garage because I can't finish the ceiling to finish the walls. And so we're thinking about even just putting it on. If it's not done soon, I'm just going to put it on the floor and roll it into the corner because we're just kind of stuck here. It's, I want to make room for other projects. We got the snowmobile I want to mess with a little bit. I got my golf cart that we'll make a video on it eventually. It's sitting outside covered under a tarp because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I know what I know what I want to do with it. I just don't know what I want to do with it for a motor. I have a few different options, and I don't know. I don't know what route I want to go yet, so I'm kind of up in the air, and I haven't really decided. So until I figure out what I want to do and get a motor, that's kind of on the back burner. And I was hoping to get a little snow, but it started actually warming up a little bit again. So now it's kind of hard to make snowmobile content until we get snow. Obviously. So we might pick up another toy. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I messaged on a couple and maybe play with while the weather's decent out yet. And yeah, we can't do nothing with the car, obviously. I mean, there'll be a few videos throughout the winter, but nothing driving it, of course. But I'm hoping to make some pretty good content with this and maybe the golf cart and maybe something else throughout the winter, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But for those of you that have been asking and wondering why the car has been in the background and not being done and just sitting at jack stands all summer, well, that's why. Just realistically because of back ordered parts, and it sucks, but I'm not going to get upset about it because there's nothing I can do, and it's just kind of a is what it is type thing. And yeah, so hopefully next summer we'll be able to go hard at this and make a lot of content, because this summer I really didn't get to. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So if you guys like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.